كأن منطقه خرجات نظم يتحدرن. His logic, his utterances, his words were like jewels coming out of a necklace, calculated, polished, one after the other. It would flow magically. Muslims, look at the description of your Rasool, and for some this will be the first time you hear what your Prophet looked like. I saw a man of striking appearance, ظاهر الوضاء, أبلج الوجه, radiant face, حسن الخلق, beautifully created, لم تعبه ثجلة, his belly wasn't protruding, ولم تزريه صعلة, nor was his head disproportionate and small, وسيم قسيم, proportionate and delicate, finely made, a specimen of a creation. في عينيه دعج, in his eyes there is a contrast. The dark was immensely dark, the white was excessively white. وفي أشفاره وطف, and his eyelashes were long. وفي صوته صهل, and his voice was a natural echo. وفي عنقه سطع, and his neck was elegantly long. وفي لحيته كثافة, his beard was full and thick. أزج أقرن, his eyebrows are arched, but they are not joined. It was separated in صمت فعليه الوقار, and when he was silent, dignity covered him. وإن تكلم سماه وعلاه البهاء, and when he spoke, it was audible and clear, almost commanding and overtaking. أجمل الناس وأبهاه من بعيد, from afar, the most striking and outstanding in appearance. وأحسنه وأجمله من قريب, and when he came near, the best of them and the most handsome of them in closeness. حلو المنطق, so such an exalted and sweet level of logic. Like when he used to speak, it was so coherently logical, it was smooth and easy to understand. فصل لا نزر ولا هزر, he was to the point, not excessive, not too short. كأن منطقه خرجات نظم يتحدرن. His logic, his utterances, his words were like jewels coming out of a necklace, calculated, polished, one after the other. It would flow magically. ربعة, he was medium in height. Your eye did not restrain to look up at him, nor was it tedious to look down at him. He was a comfortable sight to look at. له رفقاء يحفون به, he had friends, the people that were with him. They are working around him to try to serve and protect him. إن قال سمعوا لقوله, when he used to say something, they used to hearken to what he used to say. وإن أمر تبادروا إلى أمره, when he commanded, they used to compete to fulfill the command. This is Muhammad Rasulullah. This is Muhammad Rasulullah. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, he says, I came out one night, there was full moon night, and I looked at the moon in the desert. Understand, the moon is an awesome sight. It is smooth, it is radiant, it is clear, it is gentle, compared to the scorching sun at which they are used to. So the moon was the epitome of beauty. So he says, I came out at the full moon night, and I looked at the moon, and I saw a beautiful, handsome. So I said, let me go see if the moon is more handsome, or the Prophet is more handsome. Let me see if that is more beautiful, or the Prophet is more beautiful. So I went, and I saw him standing afar. So I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon, and I looked at his face, and I looked at the moon. And he says, Wallahi, he was more handsome than the moon in its entirety. That is just the look of your Rasool. And the Prophet ﷺ was mind-bogglingly handsome, but his handsomeness was covered with waqar in jalal and in haibar. The Sahaba say, when he used to sit at his feet, the feelings conflicting would come on the house. The first one, you wanted to look at him, you wanted to behold the majesty of his face, and when you wanted to look at shyness, used to overtake you, so he used to look down. Ibnul As radiallahu ta'ala anhu says, I sat with him many times, but if you ask me to describe his face, I can't describe it. I wouldn't be able to look up at him. Ijlalan wa ta'zeeman, I couldn't look up at him, and that is why he didn't have the problems that Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam had, because it was difficult to penetrate the awe and the splendor of the Rasool.